boxing forever.
CBS, the #1 network in the United States, will help us in promoting and publicizing this event.
The currency that was traded in this was not money, it was the audience. We wanted a bigger audience. We want to give back to the sport, which is going to give back to the people.
On May 7th in Las Vegas, a living legend will seek even greater heights. And a veteran champion will aim for an incredible upset. This is the countdown to Pacquiao Mosley. Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, the unstoppable 8-time world champion, returns to the ring. In the battle of the year, Pacquiao will take on Sugar Shane Mosley for the World Welterweight Championship. Two of the world's most exciting fighters in the biggest fight of the year. Pacquiao versus Mosley. Saturday, May 7th, live on pay-per-view. Contact your pay-per-view provider to order. Most press conferences have an air of predictability. People make announcements.
Anticipating a sensational championship event in May.
Questions get answered.
Now, how do you feel your mindset is now compared to, say, your first fight that you've ever done?
Well, my mindset now,
And photographers click away. But when 8-time, 8-division champion Manny Pacquiao is involved, the playbook doesn't just go out the window. It simply doesn't exist. With that in mind, Top Rank orchestrated a unique event, one that saw the usual roles reversed.
You in the audience, you're going to line up, we have microphones, and you will ask the questions.
People came from as nearby as California and as far away as Pakistan. There were fans of the challenger, Sugar Shane Mosley.
Because you're going to make history on May 7th, aren't you?
And of course, there were fans of the best boxer in the world, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. But despite the apparent partisanship, fans posed objective questions.
What is motivating both of you to knock the other guy out?
Actually, we're not looking for a knockout. We're just, we're going to do our job in training.
Come on, man. You know you want to knock me out. You know you want to knock me out. It's okay, though. I want to knock you out, too. But
though brief, the exchange revealed much about these two men. An extremely accomplished fighter by any standard, Shane Mosley nevertheless wants his due.
it almost feels like disrespect when people say, oh, you know, you're 10-1 underdog or 7-1 underdog. I mean, you know, it's like disrespect. My fire just gets so enraged and so strong until when I get to the ring, it's just a different person.
Pound-for-pound king Manny Pacquiao has a decidedly different outlook. Despite his supernova status, Pacquiao exudes a zen-like calm and a single-minded focus.
What I need is to train hard and to do my best in the ring.
But Pacquiao does more than hope for a good show. He wants to guarantee one.
My first concern is the people, you know, the people who are going to watch him. I want them to be happy.
His desire to entertain often leaves Pacquiao vulnerable in the ring and causes his beloved wife Jinky considerable concern.
I'm still worried, of course, because I don't know what will happen after the fight or when he's into the ring. So I'm worried and afraid.
She's afraid, but right now she's always confident of my ability in boxing, and she's always confident of herself that I can win the fight.
There's good reason for Mrs. Pacquiao's confidence. Since 2005, her husband has beaten 13 of the world's top fighters and filled his trophy case with an historic number of titles. It's an achievement that even impresses Shane Mosley.
For Manny Pacquiao's case, I mean, he fought at 106. To move all the way up that's unheard of, to go that far and be that competitive.
And yet, the Filipino superstar still has the ability to awe. Case in point, his last fight against Antonio Margarito. For the fight, Pac-Man amazingly moved up in weight again to the 154-pound level.
So it begins, gentlemen.
Round after round, Pacquiao dazzled the 40,000 fans at the Arlington, Texas-based Cowboy Stadium and doled out a frightful beating on the bigger, stronger Margarito. By the 11th round, Pacquiao had disfigured the tough Mexican's face. A knockout seemed imminent. But Pacquiao took mercy on his opponent.
This fight really should be stopped. It shouldn't be allowed to go on here. The man has no chance of winning the fight.
Manny puts a whooping on this guy. Then he looks right at the ref and says, "What do you want me to do? Stop this fight." Look at him. Look, he looks right at the ref. Come on.
The judges handed Pacquiao a unanimous decision win and a record-smashing 8th belt in 8 divisions. No one is more impressed with Pacquiao than his longtime trainer, Freddie Roach.
He let Margarito off the hook in the last fight, in the 11th and 12th. I know he could have knocked him out at any moment then, but he was being compassionate.
But Roach wants no quarter given to Mosley for one reason. Sugar Shane has never been knocked out.
And I'm going to tell Manny, you know, you win by knockout here. It's going to be really, it's going to open a lot more eyes. That's what we're here for, you know, to be the best and to prove that we're the best. And I think stopping Shane would be a big accomplishment.
Unsurprisingly, Pacquiao refrained from playing fortune teller.
But I will do my best to give a good fight. I'm not going to promise that to knock him out.
And I believe that my style is the style to be able to catch to Manny and to be able to hit him. My warning to Manny is, you know, take the fight very seriously, because I'm very serious.
It's a good thing that he will train hard for this fight, and I will train hard for this fight too.
That's why we made this fight, because Mosley, because of the styles, is the fighter out there who is most capable of giving Manny a real tough fight.
Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, the unstoppable 8-time world champion, returns to the ring. In the battle of the year, Pacquiao will take on Sugar Shane Mosley for the World Welterweight Championship. Two of the world's most exciting fighters in the biggest fight of the year. Pacquiao versus Mosley. Saturday, May 7th, live on pay-per-view. Contact your pay-per-view provider to order.
Former champion Shane Mosley.
Sugar Shane Mosley is one of the most recognizable figures in boxing, and he inspires a fierce loyalty. The 39-year-old Los Angeles native has fought some of the best in the world, including many of Pacquiao's opponents. Twice, Mosley scored incredible victories over the iconic Oscar De La Hoya, and both times, Mosley walked away with De La Hoya's titles. Then came Mosley's 2009 contest against welterweight champion Antonio Margarito. Many thought Margarito was too strong, too powerful.
When I fought Margarito, I was a 4-1 underdog, and people thought I was going to kill.
But the doubters were soon silenced.
I was 2-3 times faster than Margarito. You know, I did a lot of damage to Margarito, knocking him out.
For many, this was Mosley's signature win.
You know, I find that the Oscar De La Hoya fights were incredible fights, and they were incredibly close fights. The one that kind of surprises me the most was the Margarito fight. Don't ever count him out. I was in that arena when 21,000 people were silent as he turned back the clock. And Manny better watch out, because he'll turn it back again.
Mosley is in his own battle against Father Time. Critics have charged that the 39-year-old is on the downslope of his career. They contend his speed and power have diminished with age, that he's no longer the fighter who crushed Margarito. But many don't buy these arguments. At the top of this list is Manny Pacquiao.
He doesn't look like 39 years old or 37 years old. He just look like 30, 31 years old. I believe that he's still fast and he's still strong.
It is Mosley's last 2 fights that critics point to as evidence of his decline. In May, he lost by unanimous decision to Floyd Mayweather Jr. And 4 months later, Mosley scored a controversial draw against Sergio Mora.
Because so many people are saying he's old, this is an easy fight. You know, he lost to Mayweather, who's like one of the best fighters of his era.
While acknowledging Mayweather's skill, Mosley contends that the fight took little out of him.
A fight with Mayweather is more strategic than actual battle or fight. I wasn't tired or, you know, I wasn't, after the fight, I wasn't like, you know, I had to go to the hospital or anything. I was perfectly fine.
Manny Pacquiao has the exact opposite style. Like Margarito, Pacquiao prefers offense to defense, engagement to evasion. In other words, exactly what Mosley wants.
When he fought Margarito, he looked sensational. Why? Because Margarito came at him, Margarito fired punches, and that's great for Shane Mosley, because Mosley has fast hands, hits hard, and he's a very competent boxer. But Manny will not stay away from him, because Manny's style is to come forward. That suits Shane Mosley.
Mosley has two other important advantages over Pacquiao: size and experience, both of which give the best fighter in the world pause.
Good opponent. Mosley is a good fighter, and in boxing experience is more experienced than me.
All of this feeds the 18-year veteran's desire to dethrone the pound-for-pound king.
Being my age right now, and you know, and the odds and everything against me, I think being Manny Pacquiao would be at the top of the list.
You know, to have Shane Mosley and Manny Pacquiao, you know, to fight each other, two guys that have fought everybody throughout their whole careers, and come together on May 7th is going to be amazing.
Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, the unstoppable 8-time world champion, returns to the ring. In the battle of the year, Pacquiao will take on Sugar Shane Mosley for the World Welterweight Championship. Two of the world's most exciting fighters in the biggest fight of the year. Pacquiao versus Mosley. Saturday, May 7th, live on pay-per-view. Contact your pay-per-view provider to order. Manny Pacquiao fought twice last year, and both times he did so at the state-of-the-art Arlington, Texas-based Cowboy Stadium. But for his May 7th showdown against Shane Mosley, Pacquiao is returning to Las Vegas.
Here we go again. It's nice to be back here in Vegas.
Vegas hosted many of Pacquiao's legendary wins. These sensational performances have won Pacquiao legions of fans.
And Manny, we love you here in Las Vegas. Yeah.
All of whom are hungry to see Pac-Man live.
Manny, yeah.
Recently, tickets for Pacquiao Mosley went on sale. And in just 3 hours, all 16,000 were sold out.
You know, Vegas is Vegas. When prize fights are in Vegas, it's kind of like synonymous with the city. The energy, the people that fly in just to be at a closed circuit seat, or just to make a bet on a fight, or just to be around the ecosystem, that boxing ecosystem that is there. It's electric, absolutely electric.
Vegas makes an appropriate setting for Pacquiao. Like the city, he thrives on distraction. From cutting records to making movies, Pacquiao has a wealth of interests.
Bruce Lee is my idol, so...
But none occupy his time like politics. Last May, Pacquiao was elected to the Filipino Congress. His first order of business, the construction of a much-needed hospital in his district. But as Congressman Pacquiao has learned, helping his constituents requires constant effort.
I'm surprised being a congressman, because I thought the problem is like this, but when I get there, the problem is more than what I think.
You know, the way he just holds himself and walks around in his suit, and he's so proud of himself, and he's a very proud man. And I think he should be, because he's accomplished a lot.
Rumors have circulated that Pacquiao has designs on the presidency.
Knowing Manny, he wants to be the best at that also. So, I mean, being president's like winning the world title.
But when questioned